Hello and welcome to episode 113 of Foxy TV. This morning I come to you from Budrum on the Sunshine Coast. We very rarely do jobs up here, but today we're styling this apartment, which is family members of Phoebe, aunt and uncle of Phoebe. So they'll be selling this property. So we're styling. Russ and Janessa are almost here, making the hour-and-a-half trip up from Brisbane. And in this episode, we have a big announcement, so stay tuned. We're going to show you this install first quickly, and then we've got a big announcement and some further discussion on that. So let's get into it. So Russ, decent drive up today?
Yeah, nice run, mate. Hour and a half up to the sunny coast.
Yeah, and this driveway is, you got to reverse out of here. You confident?
Yeah, we'll be fine, mate. Got down here, so we'll be all right. Never in doubt.
Okay, all finished up here in Budrum. The place is looking really nice. Russ and Janessa, after navigating that driveway there, are making the trek, hour-and-a-half trek back to Brisbane. And now it's on to today's, main topic, and that is the announcement. And I'll just come out and say it, no fanfare. We are expanding officially to the Gold Coast. So Foxy Home Staging is expanding to the Gold Coast, not the Sunshine Coast, not yet. Not officially yet anyway. So what I'm going to do is roll a little promo video about 40 seconds long, and then we're going to go to Phoebe, who's going to give us a quick explanation, bit of a discussion about the expansion to the Gold Coast.
Are you looking to stage your home for sale on the Gold Coast? Home staging is all about presenting your home in a way that makes it more marketable. We've staged over 1,000 properties for sale, and we've worked with all of Brisbane's best agencies. We've worked with some great agents on the Gold Coast, but it's time to make it official. We now stage homes on the Gold Coast. When you work with us, you'll get a reliable and experienced team that can stage both vacant and lived-in properties. No silly extra charges to drive to the Gold Coast like you'll get from some other stages. From us, you'll get the same pricing as those based in Brisbane. Various payment options, including our Stage Now, Pay Later service and our new Foxy First Class service where you only pay when your property sells. If you're interested in having a chat or finding out some more information, please click the link below.
Why are we going to the Gold Coast?
So we had an increasing amount of agents reaching out, actually clients as well. We've done an increasing number of clients down there have been reaching out, asking us to help out since there's been a number of other suppliers that were servicing the Gold Coast who have withdrawn their service from the Gold Coast. So we're based on the south side of Brisbane. So for us, it's faster to get down to the Gold Coast than it is for us to get to the inner north of Brisbane. So it makes sense for us to go, hey, let's see what we can do down there. So we're just testing the waters and see what we can do. So we've done a couple down Mermaid Waters, Mudgee Bar. I've been talking to a couple of agents down there, so it's exciting times. With the styling down the coast for us, I think if you go back and have a look at that Mermaid Waters property, something that I said that obviously there's a lot of coastal that gets done down the coast. It's on the water, it does get received really well. But what we want to bring is that element of something that a little bit more contemporary, a little bit more trendy, something that we're seeing sell really well up here in Brisbane, particularly on the Bayside as well when we do styling out that way. So I think it's going to translate really, really well down the coast. It's just bringing a bit of a fresher vibe, which is how we style down to the coast with our flexible price points and our flexibility in every respect, basically. So give us a call and we'd love to help you out.
So there it is, we're expanding to the Gold Coast, and there's a bit of a discussion, a bit of a reasoning why and how it's all going to work. And as Phoebe mentioned, if you want more information, get in touch. There's plenty of ways to do so. Okay, for the remainder of the episode, we're going to be chatting to Jake about a recent article Eva and Jake worked on that is now on the website. I'll link below. 3 pillars, 3 factors around business capacity. So it's about business growth, and it does tie together obviously with expanding to the Gold Coast. So I thought it was a great time to speak about this blog post. I think it's a great article that was put on our website, and often these business articles don't get as much love as the nice styling articles, as much engagement and that sort of stuff on social media. But I read through this one, I thought it was really good, so definitely worth your time. And here is Jake explaining further. So what's this article about, Jake?
So it's in general, for us in particular in the home staging industry, it's talking about what are the key components that will dictate how much you're able to do as a business, as a home staging business. So what is the capacity in terms of how many houses you can stage in a given period, how many agents you can kind of look after, clients you can service, that sort of thing. So this article kind of dives in to the 3 key components, those being the team, the people, the furniture, stock, the things that go into a house in terms of both quantity, volume and variety and quality. And finally the logistics, so the logistics team, but also the truck and the delivery team. So it kind of summarises those three things and really dives into the differences between them, which ones, talking about cash flow, some of the requirements or the impacts on your business for those three things. Yeah, so stock is probably the easiest one to incrementally increase. You can go out and buy more stock as you're going, and it doesn't necessarily have to cost a huge amount up front. You can buy bedside tables when you need them, or some art, or it can obviously be a lot bigger if you need to go and buy 15 sofas, but it's one of those things that you can do incrementally as cash is available and as you need it, which is how most businesses do it. They buy as needed in the early stages. And in terms of what it does for your capacity is it's a small incremental cash requirement, but it's also a small incremental increase in your capacity. So buying an extra sofa doesn't really increase how much you can do as a home staging company, but over time, obviously you need the stock to be able to keep up with you. You need the variety for different types of homes and different levels of homes, price points, and obviously quality, depending on the home as well, but also cycling out old furniture, replacing damaged furniture, things like that. So it's a requirement if you want to be able to do more as a home staging business, but it's probably a bit slower in terms of, or it can be slower. It's probably the easiest one to increase as you're going.
Next is team.
So team is probably the next stage up in terms of both the financial commitment and the impact on capacity. Bringing on another stylist obviously means straight away you have an increase in what you can do as a team, whether that's a junior stylist or somebody more capable in terms of their experience or their previous work. Experience, I was going to say qualifications, but not necessarily. So even if they're a junior stylist, somebody coming into our team is able to help us because they can do pack-ups, they can be an assistant to somebody else and make things go faster. So having that person instantly means that you can do more. The cost as well is a little bit more, it's more of a commitment than the stock side of things. Bringing somebody on, especially if you bring them on full-time, you're committing to a big overhead that you're going to have to pay over the course of a year. Not necessarily up front, which is, I think about it as if we can look at where we want to be as a business 6 months from now, and that size of business and the scope of what we're doing needs the team or a team that we don't have now. Bring them in now, knowing that even though we're going to start paying them beforehand, by the time we get to where we want the business to be, they'll be ready and trained, ready to go. So it's a bigger commitment as a business, but it has a bigger impact on your capacity.
And the final one, logistics.
Yeah, so this one, obviously, or maybe not obviously, it has the biggest impact on your capacity, or at least from our point of view. Essentially, we were running one truck for a number of years, and we've now got a second truck, and in theory, if we have the work to go with it, which we're kind of building up and we're getting to that point, where we can do double the amount of staging. So as a business, our capacity is doubled as long as we've got the stock and the team to match it, but the truck itself, the logistics team, instantly means that our capacity increases by a significant amount. The cost is obviously more, it's a high commitment as well, or it can be, depending on, I know that people can get some secondhand trucks and things a lot cheaper, but generally you get a new truck, you're going to need at least 2 new full-time people to help run the truck, and then the cost of the truck itself. So from a financial point of view, it's a bigger commitment than the previous two, the team and the stock, but it has a bigger impact on your capacity. You have to think about all three and how they combine together. It's not as simple as picking one and going, well, we want to increase the capacity, so we'll go and get more sofas, or that we'll go and get a truck. You obviously need to be, if you're getting another truck, you need the team and you need the stock to be able to do it. And then obviously that's more about, we're talking about capacity in terms of potential capacity. How much could we do if we had the work? Getting a second truck doesn't mean you're going to get more work coming in the door. You've still got to do all the other things outside of that. But for us, we look at it as what are we capable of doing based on what we have in place at the moment in terms of those 3 key pillars, and how do we look forward into what we want to do and make sure that those 3 things are going to be capable of doing what we want to do.
Thank you, Jake, and thank you, Eva, for a great article. As I mentioned, the link will be in the description of this video, and you can always find our blogs on the website. And that is it for Foxy TV, episode 113. Thanks so much for joining us here in Buderim, and hopefully soon on the Gold Coast, and we'll see you back here next week.